Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something today. Not something sweet and easy, but something true. There will be moments in your life when you will stand alone. No applause, no likes, no one watching, and that's where your strength is born. Not in the crowd, but in the crowd. But in the quiet. Not when everybody agrees with you, but when you have to look in the mirror and agree with yourself. You see, education is not just books and classrooms. Real education, the kind that builds leaders, happens when no one else is around. It's those late nights when you choose to study instead of sleep. It's that early morning when you get up to practice, not because someone is checking, but because you refuse to let yourself down. That's being alone, but strong. When the world goes left, and you know right is right, standing firm, even if you stand alone, is strength. And let me remind you, every great mind that changed history spent long hours in solitude before the world listened. Discipline, focus, and faith in your own journey. These are the muscles you train when you are alone. And when life tests you, when challenges come knocking, that inner strength will answer the door. True strength comes not from the crowd, but from mastering yourself in solitude. Solitude. That is a lesson life will teach you whether you're ready or not. You see, there is a difference between looking strong and being strong. A crowd can cheer you on. People can clap for you. They can tell you that you're doing well. But when the lights go off and the people go home, what you have left is you. And that's where the real battle begins. Think about every person who has risen above their circumstances. Every leader, every thinker, every champion. Before they stood in front of thousands, they had to conquer the thousands of doubts in their own minds. They had to face those quiet nights when giving up looked easier than going on. And in those moments, they chose discipline over comfort, purpose over pleasure, and long-term victory over short-term applause. That's not a decision made in front of a crowd. That's a decision made in silence, in solitude, when no one is watching. Mastery of self is the foundation of true strength. It means looking at your weaknesses with honesty, not hiding them behind excuses or distractions. It means committing to growth even when progress feels slow, even when you feel invisible. Because the truth is, real growth is invisible at first. Just like roots grow deep underground before you ever see the tree break the surface, your strength builds in the dark before it ever shines in the light. It takes courage to stand alone. It takes courage to say no to things that waste your time, to cut off habits that drain your energy, to walk away from people who distract you from your purpose. And that courage doesn't come from outside validation. It comes from self-respect. When you understand that your future is too valuable to gamble on temporary pleasures, that's when you start mastering yourself. That's when you step into real strength. Being alone is not a weakness. In fact, solitude is where you sharpen your tools, where you hear your own thoughts clearly without the noise of other people's opinions. It's where you can set your own standards and measure your progress by your own values, not by the shifting tides of what's popular or easy. In solitude, you build the kind of strength that doesn't shake when the world shakes, the kind of confidence that doesn't crumble when people criticize or doubt you. Look around and you'll see crowds come and go, applause fades, but self-mastery stays with you. It walks with you into every challenge, every opportunity, every test. It's the quiet power that lets you endure setbacks without losing faith. It lets you keep your head high when doors close in your face. That gives you the patience to wait and the persistence to keep working until your time comes. So, if you find yourself standing alone, don't rush to fill that space with noise and people. Embrace it, use it, build in it. Because the strength you develop in solitude is the strength that will carry you through the storms and set you apart when the crowd gathers again. True strength is not about standing tall when everyone supports you. It's about standing tall when you have only yourself to lean on. And when you master yourself in solitude, no one and nothing can take that strength away from you. Education and discipline in moments of loneliness build the foundation for lifelong success. This is not just an idea. It's a fact proven by every person who has risen above their circumstances. Solent. The quiet hours, the times when no one is around to push you, praise you, or even notice you. That is where success begins. It doesn't start when the world claps for you. It starts when you clap for yourself in an empty room and decide to keep going. Think about the word education. Most people hear it and think of schools, teachers, and exams. But real education is much deeper than that. It's the learning you do when no one tells you to. It's picking up a book instead of picking up your phone. It's practicing a skill again and again, even when you're tired, even when your friends are out having fun. Real education is self-driven, self-directed, and self-sustained. And that kind of learning happens best in moments of solitude. Discipline is the fuel that keeps that education going. It's what makes you get up early to study when your bed feels too comfortable. It's what helps you say a no to distractions that offer short-term pleasure but steal long-term growth. It's not glamorous. It doesn't get instant rewards. But it builds something far more powerful than applause. It builds character, resilience, and mastery. In moments of loneliness, discipline and education come together. When you're alone, you face choices without an audience. No one sees whether you choose to work or to waste time. No one will cheer if you study for an extra hour. No one will notice if you decide to skip practice today. But those small unseen decisions stack up. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you lay another brick in the foundation of your success. Lifelong success doesn't come from one big achievement. It comes from consistent effort, repeated every day, especially on the days when you feel alone, tired, or unmotivated. It comes from educating yourself, not just in facts and skills, but in discipline, patience, and persistence. You train yourself to keep moving forward even when progress feels invisible. That is how real winners are made. In the quiet, unseen hours of hard work. The world often celebrates talent, but talent without discipline fades fast. The person who wins is the one who keeps showing up, keeps learning, keeps growing, especially when no one is watching. That's why loneliness, instead of being a curse, can be a gift. It strips away the noise, the pressure to impress, and gives you a clear space to build real strength through education and discipline. And when your season of recognition finally comes, when the world starts to see your success, they will call it overnight. You will know that it was those lonely nights, those disciplined days, and that commitment to self-education that built the foundation brick by brick. And because your success is built on that solid ground, it will last. It won't crumble when challenges come, because you've already faced harder battles alone. It won't shake when critics shout, because your confidence is rooted in work that no one else saw. So remember this: embrace the lonely moments. Use them to educate your mind and discipline your habits. Build when no one is watching, because that is where lifelong success is born. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, where only you can see the work being done. And when the light finally shines, you'll be ready, strong, and unshakable, because your foundation is built to last. So, in the end, understand this: the time you spend alone is not wasted. It is sacred. It is in those quiet, lonely hours that you sharpen your mind, strengthen your discipline, and lay the bricks of a future no one else can build for you. Success that lasts is not given. It is earned in solitude through sacrifice, patience, and relentless self-education. So, do not fear being alone. Embrace it. Use it. Because when the world finally sees you rise, they will see the strength that was forged when no one was looking. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of success that can never be shaken.